Good morning. In this video, we are going to discuss about earthing and its types. There are different types of earthing available for day-to-day life. But what is the need of it? First, we ensure it and get into the video. What is earthing? Earthing is a process of connecting a metal body of all the electrical apparatus and equipments to earth by a wire having negligible resistance. Here there is a circuit of toaster connected to 230 volt supply. The thing is, it is having earth. See, the red color wire is the live 230 volt. The blue color is your neutral, it is a closing path for AC, and the third one, this green color, is the earth, which connects the body of the toaster or any electrical equipments to the ground. What happens is, whenever there is leakage, see, there is a wire or a conductor part connected to the live wire. Now what happens is, the entire case in the sense the outer sheath of the instrument will be electrified. If you touch the electrical, that is toaster, naturally you need to feel the shock. When it will happen is when your body resistance is less than this earthing resistance. So we need to make sure the earthing resistance has to be smaller as you can. So here 22 ohms is the earth resistance. If this 22 ohm resistance is less than our body resistance, then naturally 22 ohm will take all the current and it will earth it safely, or else it has to flow through our body and it will make our body to feel the shock, and naturally it makes hazards. So what are the components of good earthing? The earthing must have low resistance. It should have corrosion free outer layering, because when you make a earthing contact, then if it is getting corroded, naturally earthing resistance will be increased and you will feel the shock. Must be able to dissipate high fault current. Okay, so instantaneously it has to provide low resistance for high current to sink. Say if you are having a lightning, that lightning is having bigger voltage and it takes a surgical current. That current has to be driven through your earthing resistance for making other equipments in a safer condition. So that is the quality of good earthing. And the purpose is to save human life, to protect your building, to save the path, to dissipate, as I mentioned, to dissipate the lighting and short circuit current, to provide safe and a stable platform for sensitive electronic components, because electronic components will never withstand high voltages. So those things has to be taken with the utmost care, because they are costly also. To provide the protection against static electricity, it is nothing but your body is having static electricity over your surface as well as your clothes. That has to be taken care in a proper way. It is also called electrostatic charges. Okay, so ESD safe area is the one which is used in electronic handling industries. ESD in the sense electrostatic discharge. So that charges are also having severe impact onto your equipment. So these things needs proper grounding or earthing. So what is electric shock? It occurs when two portions of a person's body comes in contact with the electrical conductor, which means your body, your hand is acting as one conductor, and your legs, which is on the ground, it acts as a second conductor. So through your body the power will be flowing. Naturally it causes what? The electrical heat up, because when resistance is getting current through it, naturally I square R loss will happen. That is the way your body will get heated up, and that is the effect of shock. How much intensified it is, that is the point. So when this shock withstand for some time with the magnitude, naturally it has its own effect. So for smaller time it is having smaller effect, for larger time it will kill you abruptly. So short circuit. So short circuit is nothing but you are providing the circuit with the very low resistance, and that causes a maximum current to flow through the path you provide. So what are the maximum value of earth resistance needed to be maintained in your equipments? Is that for large power stations it is 0.5 ohms. It is very low. That means we need to make utmost care to maintain that low resistance. And major substations needs 1 ohm resistance, small substations need 2 ohm resistance range, and factories need 1 ohm, and steel towers, with what we are seeing in your day-to-day life, telephone tower or electrical EB towers, every towers has to be maintained with 3 ohms resistance earth. Okay, and industrial machineries need to be maintained at 0.5 ohms resistance. And the conventional earthing, maintenance free earthing, these are the two methods of earthing, where conventional earthing is the one we follow from ancient periods, and of course it is mostly available or applicable in many areas. Maintenance free earthing is emerging trend of earthing which is coming nowadays. Okay, so first, conventional earthing. So it is the way of earthing by digging a large pit, and we use GI pipe. GI in the sense galvanized iron pipe, or a copper plate which is being positioned in the mid of the layer of the charcoal and salt. Charcoal in the sense curry solluvaanga illaya. So charcoal and salt. Salt is of course you know. So if these two are mixed, you will get a very low resistance, which makes this plate to transmit the dissipated power to the ground in a smooth way. So that is the way it needs to be maintained, and poured water at regular interval of time, which means that pit has to be wet, or else naturally the resistance will go up and your earthing system will not guarantee the safety. So you will feel the shock when you touch the electrical equipments. If it is not properly maintained, it is a problem. So first one, that is second one, is maintenance free earthing. It is a new trending earthing arrangement. So it is a new type of earthing which is ready-made, standardized, and scientifically developed. It benefits, or it is maintenance free, and of course it is consistency towards the stability of the earth. But that means you need not make again and again rearrangement or adjustments. Consistently it will work in a better way, and more surface area. That is a small disadvantage of it, because it needs more area for making the maintenance free earthing. So the conductivity component creates a conductive zone which provides the increased surface area of peak current dissipation, and also get stable reference points. Maintenance free earthing, it provides low earth resistance. It is with highly conductive and carries high peak current repeatedly. That means whenever abnormality happens, it will help you. Okay, and of course here there is no corrosion. Okay, and of course it is long life and easy to install. All these are advantages, and now we are adopting this. And conventional earthing, how they are using means there are 5 types: plate earthing, pipe earthing, rod earthing, strip earthing, and earthing through water means. Here first 3 are most important things. So plate earthing, pipe earthing, and rod earthing. What they are doing? See, plate earthing, first one. Here we use a copper plate to be placed inside the ground. Okay, see, like this. Okay, the person is installing. Here the earth pit will have a plate to be placed, and there we need to make some contact and make it to the actual system. So see here, this is the charcoal and salt. Here we are having a rod, big rod, with a copper plate inside in this point. Okay, and now this particular plate is having a wire. This is called earth wire, which will make what the required earthing you need. So by the way, plate earthing is a type which uses again GI, in the sense galvanized iron, which is nothing but the zinc coated iron, which is used for eliminating corrosions, is buried into the ground at 3 meters from the ground. And of course it is having the salt and coke in the sense charcoal, with a minimum thickness of 15 centimeters, and you just take wire out of it. That is the way. So this is one type of earthing. Of course the drawback is that you may not make a proper contact for this copper plate. Of course copper is a low conductor, but if you want to take contact out of it, there will be a problem at that point. So that contact is not proper. So to avoid this, you go for pipe earthing. That pipe earthing is having a long pipe being placed in the charcoal and salt environment, and a wire is taken out. So this is the most widely used thing in our day-to-day life. If you go for pipe earthing, you can see in many areas earth pit is having pipes. So the same thing, but the thing is you just use pipe in place of a copper plate. Of course it is cheap, as well as it is having what? Good yield. So and a nut and bolt is enough to make a proper contact. So they will use brass nuts, and that gives you very low resistance, and which is being taken as a low resistance path for our safety. Similarly, rod earthing, it is almost the same as the previous pipe earthing, but the small difference is it is used in sandy surface. If your place is near earth, that is a sea, then your ground will have sandy surface. So at that point you go for rod earthing. So this is the same like your pipe earthing, but the environment is different. So here you use 3 meters depth things, other things are 2 meter depth. Here it is 3 meter depth. In order to increase this length of the rod under the ground, you ensure sometimes necessary to reduce electrical resistance to desired value more than one rod section and hammered one above the other. So you just make 1 or 2 pipes over and over. So because it is a sandy surface, it can provide you deeper earthing connection. So that is the point of rod earthing, and the entire thing is applied in many areas. So it is used in telecommunication, transmission of electrical powers, substation and power generation stations, of course transformer necessary, that is transformer neutral, lightning protection, equipments for from body, that is equipment body earthing, that is making your equipments to protect against your leakage, and water treatment plants, heavy industries, colleges, and of course residential buildings. All these things are the applications of your earthing, which needs proper earthing and its maintenance of resistance to ensure safety of the equipment as well as the operator. So if you want to write this question, just make types of inanimate potato, you can go for elaboration with the neat diagram.